Hey guys, it is Friday, the day before the show. We are at the hotel at the Hyatt in Tampa. Got a beautiful view of the bay. So far the hotel's been really good. We checked in last night around 7. They gave us all dark towels, which is nice. I did bring my own sheets, so on my side of the bed, I just like wrapped myself up like a little cocoon in here because I did my first base tan last night. So here we are. Kind of hard to tell in this lighting, but I did my first coat of the overnight competition color, and then this morning I went and did a workout with the team at Powerhouse, which was really nice. It was just good to get to hang out with everyone, and we did glutes and then some upper body. Then we went to Paul's gym and did posing, so that was good. I feel better about posing after doing a little walkthrough. And today we're just doing a couple more coats of tan. I have to do 2 more before athlete check-ins tonight, and then Paul will tell me if I have to do another one. So it is, I think, almost 2 o'clock. Let's see. It is 1:56, so I'm just doing my client check-ins. I have quite a few clients that check in on Fridays, and my computer shut off for some reason, but I am going through those check-ins so then I can just focus on the tanning and relaxing and not stressing out. Since I haven't really been vlogging that much this week, I didn't really talk about how peak week was going. So I think I mentioned the scale was up a little bit Tuesday, and then Wednesday it was still up, so we bumped carbs back down to 100 grams, and it stayed like that Wednesday and Thursday, and then today we're going up to 130, and then tomorrow's show day. So we didn't do a ton of carbs, but we just want to stay tight, stay full, and hopefully that goes well tomorrow. So bringing my icon meals worked out really well, and just gotta make sure my tan turns out good, and then just enjoy show day. So I got some water here, got some silverware, got all my condiments, egg whites, pickles, icon meals, post-show treats, and rice cakes, Pride Foods, almond butter, supplements. I brought my food scale with me, brought the good old air fryer. And then these are great. I actually had to give some of these to my teammates because you need salt for show day and it's easy to forget to bring it. So I actually ordered these on Amazon and it was perfect. Each packet has 700 milligrams of sodium, so game changer. And then as far as the tanning goes, they gave us dark towels, so I just put them on the floor in here and then just did my tanning in here. So I'm about to put another coat on. I had this Tupperware container last night, but I got a smaller, rounder one. So you just pour this in there and then use this to put it on. And base coat turned out pretty good. is my makeup and my hair with the extensions. They turned out really good. Just waiting to do finals. I got second call outs, so no placing for me today, but I already talked to Paul and we made plans for what's next, so I'll talk about that in another video. Hi guys, so it is Friday, August 7th. I have not recorded all week. A few reasons for that. So my show was Saturday, and then Sunday was Jay's birthday, so I just wanted to enjoy the day with him, and then we drove back here, so just had some time to ourselves. And then this week was pretty busy with work. You know, I took Thursday and Friday off, so I had a lot of emails to come back to, and then just my client check-ins, and still working out and continuing on with the plan, so I just didn't have a lot of time for vlogging. And then I was still just kind of processing everything that happened over the weekend, you know, my placing and everything, and I finally got my feedback from the judges yesterday, so just a lot going on. So where to begin? Let's start with the peak week. So at the beginning of peak week, I was feeling pretty good. I was, on Monday, I was like 117 pounds. I think Sunday I was 116.8. Then Monday was 117. And then Tuesday I went up to like 118. And at the beginning of the week, I felt like I looked really good, on point. Probably still not like as lean as I needed to be, but I didn't feel like not ready, like I shouldn't do the show or anything. But as the week went on, the scale just kept going up. We did pull back carbs. We kept it at 100 grams for the rest of the week, and then Friday we started loading up again because the show was on Saturday. But yeah, just as the week went on, I just felt like things started going downhill as far as my physique goes. I didn't take a lot of videos at the hotel and stuff. It was just pretty busy, but yeah, I was just very watery and was losing like the hardness and fullness, and I just didn't feel like I looked my best. And my first season, it was kind of similar. Well, my first season, I thought I looked great my first show because that's like the leanest I had ever been. But between my first and second show, I improved so much. And now that I know what I am capable of and what I look like when I'm super lean and like in the right conditioning, I just know when I'm not there yet. So I even said to Jay, like the day of the show, I was like, I just don't feel like my legs are ready, like they're not looking like tight enough yet. So I just didn't feel my best going into show day. But you know, at that point there's nothing you can do, so I just wanted to enjoy it, get back up there and see what happened. So Saturday morning was prejudging. We probably went on a lot around like 10:30 or 11. It's hard to say. It's like a blackout of time. That show was a pro show and an amateur show, so our prejudging was first, and then it was the pros prejudging, then the pro finals, and then the amateur finals. So first I did bikini novice. I was class A, and I got second call-ups there. And then in my open class, when you do novice and then you do open, you don't get to do your full routine again, so you just kind of walk out on stage and hold your pose the whole time. I do have to say it is good that I just like got back up there regardless of whether I was ready in like winning condition, because it reminded me that I really need to practice just standing in the pose, like just standing there, you know, back arched, staying like that for a long time. Like my legs started shaking and everything, so I just have to practice that again. But I got second call outs in both novice and open, and that was not a good feeling. You know, my first season, I got first call-outs in both of the shows I did. I placed 5th and then I placed 4th, so it was kind of new to me to not get a placing, especially I feel like in novice. Like I thought I would at least get a better placing in novice, but it was a big show. I'm not gonna say like, you know, it was such a stacked show and like blah blah blah. Like I just told you I wasn't ready, so my legs just weren't conditioned enough yet. And you know, I asked Paul after the show, I was like, you know, what did you think? And he's like, we just need more conditioning, and that just comes with more time dieting. So we picked another show. We had been thinking about doing the Clash or the NPC Mel Chansey show, which is like 2 weeks from now, but I just didn't feel like that was enough time, so we picked a different show, which is a little bit farther away. I'm not gonna say exactly which one yet. I just kind of want to focus on improving, but I think definitely the show we picked gives me enough time to bring that conditioning to where it needs to be. So we are focused on that. I'm actually feeling really good. And this week, so like I said, my weight went up all week last week. By Sunday I was 120. Monday I was 120, but then this week my weight has dropped every day. So Monday I was 120, today's Friday, and I weighed 114.4 this morning. So it's just kind of all over the place, but I think last week having the extra carbs and having a little diet break was helpful. If you guys know anything about diet breaks, they can be very beneficial during a dieting phase, and a lot of times after you have a diet break, you will see a drop in weight afterwards. So, you know, we had more carbs Friday, Saturday, we had carbs leading into the show, and then we had Chipotle at lunch between prejudging and finals. And then Saturday after the show, we did not get out until like midnight, 12:30. So me and Sam just, she gave me a piece of one of her brownies that she had, which was amazing. It was by West Coast Confection. I think I have a picture of it. This bad boy. So it was like a banana bread brownie with Oreos and some crazy stuff in it, but like she had a huge brownie, so she cut it in 4 and I had just a corner of it. So that's all I had like post show on Saturday. So Sunday was Jay's birthday, so after I worked out at Powerhouse, I came back, we checked out, and we went to Bahama Breeze, which they have those down here too, but it's like a little like islandy restaurant, and I had a black bean burger with fries, no booze or anything. Jay had like wings and some appetizers, and then we headed back because they kept saying like a storm was coming, so we just drove back over here. And then we had the Megalicious cookie, the Megaroo, which was amazing. We had taken 2 cookies out to thaw them, and we were gonna have the Scouts Honor one, but we split the Megaroo, and then we're both like, there's no way we can eat another one. So I put it back in the freezer. I have 3 of those cookies left, so they'll be for future shows. And then after that, I just got right back on the plan. So Monday I checked back in with Paul, and we just talked about the show that I was aiming for now, and then we decided to just go back to the macros I was on the week before peak week. So I'm back to like 80 carbs and the 90 minutes of cardio 6 days a week. So I'm back on that plan. Honestly, I had the break I needed. Getting to go out to eat with Jay on his birthday was great. Having a little treat with him was awesome, but I didn't have any trouble getting right back into things this week. I did want to mention something that I think was part of the issue on peak week. Let's just say, I already said this, but like I am not conditioned enough, or I wasn't last week. But there are other factors that I think made me look worse by the end of the week. The first one was my cycle. I actually got my period this week on Tuesday, but my symptoms usually, my PMS symptoms usually come like the week before. So last week during peak week, like I was getting all the bloating and cramps and everything like that. So that made things worse. And then I realized after, so I told you guys in the last video, like he had me say how much sodium I usually intake, my water, and what foods I usually eat. And when I did the sodium, I looked at MyFitnessPal and I looked at all the food and how much sodium I was getting from it. But I never like track when I sprinkle salt on stuff. So I was like, okay, well I add salt to my veggies in like every meal. So I added a little bit extra. I was like, okay, I probably have like a teaspoon of salt in addition to what's in the food. So I said I had 4,000 milligrams a day, and that's what we made it for peak week. But then as I started measuring 4,000 milligrams like in my food, and then I actually started measuring the salt, I was like, this seems like a lot of salt. Like I feel like I'm consuming a little bit more than I usually do. And I didn't really think anything of it until like later in the week when I was like, this could be part of the issue, because I was just getting really watery and I just didn't feel right. And like, I don't know, you know your own body, I just didn't feel right. And then the day after the show, I felt really like dehydrated and I felt like hungover, and you know, I hadn't drank anything and we hadn't depleted sodium or anything. So it's not like when you do deplete sodium and then you have all the stuff, you can feel like shit, like whatever. So when I got back this week, when I started going back to my regular foods, I actually started just measuring how much salt I usually put on stuff. So I would take like a gram of salt and put it in a little container and just use that throughout the day and sprinkle it. And then if I needed more, I would measure it out. But I realized I really only consume like 2,500 milligrams a day, so I was pretty off in my estimates. So at least we know for next time. We have to remember that this was my first show with Paul. Just because it was my third show doesn't mean that I have all the answers or know everything about peaking or anything. When you choose a new coach, you need to learn how to work together, and he needs to practice speaking me. And you know, we use this first show as an experiment, and then we use that data moving forward. So now we know for next time. I'll know what to put on my intake form, and I have no doubt that my legs will come in tighter and my physique will be tighter next time. So I feel a lot better about that, and I also felt better once I got the judges' feedback. They said, number one, I needed to be more conditioned. Number two, my upper body needs to be more muscular to match my lower body, because my legs are pretty muscular. But again, I was really watery. You could like barely even see my delts or my arm muscles. So once I get in more conditioned, my upper body will look tighter and fuller. And then that will make me look more symmetrical and balanced. And then the third one was just more rounded glutes, not focusing on wider, just rounder. So just keep doing the glute work. So I have a plan moving forward, and I feel really good this week. Like I said, my weight is down, so hopefully it stays that way. Today is a refeed day, and then so is tomorrow. And then I don't check in until Wednesday with coach. So by then we will see where I'm at, and that's it. But I just wanted to give you guys like a little recap of what happened since I didn't record very much throughout the week. I did feel very disappointed the day of the show. It was just like a weird feeling, like not hearing your name get called out or your number get called out. But you know, we all have losses, and I did not bring my best physique to the stage that day, so I did not deserve first call outs. I'm not mad about it, and I don't feel like they did anything wrong with judging. I just didn't bring my best, and next time I'm going to. And I just told that to Paul, like when we talked about doing the show that's in a couple weeks versus the next one that we chose. I just said, like, next time I step on stage, I want to be like, I want to win, obviously. I wanted to win this time, but I really don't want to step on stage not in the condition to win. I want to be competitive and I want to be able to win my class, so we're giving me enough time to do that. So it takes time. From the beginning of prep to this first show was only 15 weeks. My first season I did 16 weeks, and then my second show was 20 weeks. So by 20 weeks I was pretty lean, pretty conditioned. So I think by the time I do my second show this time, I will have enough time to really dig deep. Once you get to this point, it's like every week you can see the little changes and everything. So I'm pretty confident moving forward that we're gonna do great. And I'm excited. So thank you guys for listening to all of this, if you're still listening, and I hope you enjoyed the little workout footage from Sunday. I enjoyed being with my teammates a lot. Like I've mentioned before, it's kind of hard when you are training alone and you just feel alone sometimes throughout prep, and it was good to finally like meet everyone in person and connect with them more, and I'm excited to see them again soon. So that is that.